So when it comes to the first presidential debate, only Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, the two most hated presidential candidates in recorded history, will be allowed to participate. Here are 4 good reasons why Gary Johnson, the Libertarian candidate for president, who is also a former 2-term governor of New Mexico, should be allowed to participate. And here's a bone to supporters of the Green Party's candidate, Jill Stein. At least a couple of these apply to her as well. The Commission on Presidential Debates, which was created by the Republican and Democratic parties in 1987, says participants must average 15% in 5 polls they choose. But why 15%? If you're going to insist on a poll-driven number, 5% makes far more sense. That's the number you need to hit to receive federal matching funds, and it's also the level that most states insist on for a party to receive major party status and thus not have to jump through a bunch of ballot access hoops in every election. According to Real Clear Politics' latest roundup of national polls, Johnson is at 8.6%.
There will be a giant sucking sound going south.
That's higher than what independent candidate Ross Perot was at in 1992 when he was invited to the presidential debates. Johnson is on the ballot in all 50 states, so he can theoretically win the election. But more realistically, he will totally influence the outcome. In fact, a recent state-by-state poll had the guy in double digits in 42 states and at 15% or better in 15 of those. What the hell is going on when a figure who will be on every American's ballot isn't given a shot to make his case on the same stage as the Republican and the Democrat? According to Gallup, 60% of us say that Democrats and Republicans do such a bad job that a third major party is needed to represent our views at the ballot box. Just 38% say the Dems and Reps are getting the job done.
I think it's despicable.
Here's a charming bit of video from 2000 when the Debate Commission announced its 15% rule for the first time. Donald Trump himself argued forcefully that the Reform Party candidate Pat Buchanan, the Green Party candidate Ralph Nader, and others should be allowed to participate in the presidential debates.
I just think it's unfair, though, regardless of that, to have such a high standard, a high criteria for a party that's a legitimate party, that has a substantial amount of federal funding, that's recognized, and where at some point during this process, somebody's going to be in all 50 states. Very unfair.
He said they were only being excluded because Republican George W. Bush and Democrat Al Gore were scared of competition. Minnesota's then Governor Jesse Ventura introduces Trump by calling the exclusion of third parties despicable and noting that if he hadn't been allowed to debate Democrat Hubert Humphrey III and Republican Norm Coleman, he never would have become governor of Minnesota.
To the best of my judgment and ability,
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Governor.
Thank you, sir.
For Reason TV, I'm Nick Gillespie.